Hey, Hound Dogs, I'm David Hankins.
And I'm Paul Hankins.
I'm Trevor Hankins.
I'm Rachel Wells.
And I'm Julia Canon.
And welcome to On the Air with Power Squared, our first podcast of 2022, and the last time you'll see this tree behind us.
Yes.
Paid a lot of money for the tree, and we're going to use it as much as we can. So we're having a little everybody together meeting to talk about the new year, what's going on.
That's right.
Everybody's excited for 2022.
For sure.
Yeah.
2020 season 3.
Yeah. I know. It's the sequel.
That's right.
20.3, let's go.
Yeah. Getting a little tired of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But so far, we're all COVID-free, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We've all been boosted and all that, so
Oh,
yeah. All right.
I'm nervous because a lot of Dom's coworkers are out, so I'm just like, don't stay away.
The warehouse, send help, please.
Where does Dom work?
Works at a FedEx store.
Ah,
Oh no.
okay. That's good.
Yeah.
We want to start. I guess we had a meeting with Steve and Andrew over the break.
Yeah.
And talked about the Kickstarter, which they suddenly announced was going to be late February,
Yeah.
which I guess a little bit by surprise. So, and I guess everybody knows there's going to be no original art involved, right?
Yeah.
And
So I've heard.
yeah, and we're gonna, I guess, still do the Chibis thing that Julia's working on. Yay. And I guess we're going to update everybody's bios unless I know that if you don't have any changes, that's what's going to, I need to kind of know at least I'd like to know by the end of the month if you want to change your bio or not. I've been trying to hunt down. We actually got a bio from the original artist and I always like to say, I guess the third colorist.
Yeah.
So there's a whole. It was funny because I was going through and burning some Blu-rays that kind of preserve another storage for all this stuff, just in case my computer craps out. And I found all the stuff the original colorist had done. It was like, oh god, that's really bad. So that we replaced him, and then this is the woman that did 3, 4, and 5.
Right.
The new one.
And then, no, so anyway, so she actually sent us one. That was nice. Paige Camburn, I don't know if did you know her at all from SCAD?
I don't remember her, but I remember, I guess she was the one who put the ad up on Facebook originally.
Yes.
Looking for an artist. That was what I responded to. So.
Right. Yeah, she was the one. We'd all agreed that the artist had to go. And she offered to help us find one on her way out and help us find a colorist. So, yes, we ended up with you and Nina for those issues. So she sent us one. The second colorist hasn't responded yet. So we're still trying to put all that together. Trevor did a title page that is pretty good for the issues.
Yes.
And at this point, we're kind of, I don't know what else they want from us.
Yeah. I'm not sure either.
So we'll let you know as things develop. But and then I'd like to maybe try to have a meeting with them on the 17th since I get that day off.
All right.
Which is Martin Luther King. I don't think they get it in Britain, so maybe we can talk to them and sort of get a follow-up on that. Speaking of Kickstarters, Rachel's involved with an Indiegogo project.
I am. It's a comic. I'm not sure if it'll be a series yet, but it's a comic called Commander and Chef. It's based on a TV script that a guy, Max Barth, brought to me. He co-wrote it with his friend Joe Messina. It's about the White House chef who suddenly becomes president after the entire government is mysteriously poisoned.
By the chef himself? I mean, that's...
Well, it's mysterious because we don't know who did it yet.
Ah.
So like the succession of powers goes all the way down to the White House chef. So it's his trials and tribulations of being in office. So far, I've done 12 pages. I've been working on them since April, I want to say, and I'm really into them. It's a very funny story. The first 12 pages are available for free. You can go read them. And the Indiegogo campaign is meant to raise money for 18 more pages.
So this is really the campaign is really just to pay you, basically.
Yeah, basically. I guess the two guys who wrote the script paid for the first 12 out of pocket, and they want to make a whole issue, which would probably, I guess, like 18 plus 12 equals 30, right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
does. Very good.
That's math.
Yeah. Wow. Usually there are no math questions, but all right. Okay. So I understand paying out of pocket. Trust me. So how did you get involved in this project?
This guy actually, Max found me, I guess, through another client that I had. I made like a 4-page comic for this guy that I found on like Reddit. I get a lot of comic jobs on Reddit. It's kind of funny. You wouldn't normally expect that, but I got this one client from Reddit, and he paid me for 4 pages, and then Max found me through, I guess, their buddies.
Okay.
So it was just totally out of the blue, which is always nice.
And you're doing the art and the coloring, and are you also doing the lettering?
Yeah, I do all the visual stuff. I did all the lettering, all the coloring.
Wow.
And I assume you're charging them something. You don't have to tell us what the price is, but I'm sure. Hopefully it's.
Oh yeah, I like to think it's worth my time.
An arm and a leg and a left kidney.
Yeah.
Specifically the left kidney. No.
So, I mean, what is the relationship? I mean, how did they just send you the pages, and do you do the same thing you do? I noticed on the Indiegogo it looked very similar as far as the A/B kind of thing. Is that you do the same process with them as you do with us, or?
Oh yeah, well it's a little bit different because they just give me a TV script, and as I'm sure you can imagine, a TV script isn't necessarily like something you make a comic out of. So I kind of have to like do the adaptation myself. I sort of just take like a section of the script that I feel like
So you're kind of
would make a
rewriting
good
it.
page. Yeah, it's like an adaptation,
Yeah.
more or less. So I sort of kind of lay it out in the thumbnails, and I'll outline the dialogue so that Max and Joe can follow along, and yeah, and then from there it's pretty much like I do with you guys, David and Paul. I make 2 sets of thumbnails, then I'll move on to like the pencils, the inks, and all that jazz.
What would you say would be like I guess like a big difference between say like a comic script and say like a movie script? Because I see like aside from like everything being centered, because I know with like movie scripts or TV scripts everything is centered because of like the program they use. So what would you say like aside from that, how would they be different?
Yeah, that's true. I know for sure with comic scripts, I think we've probably discussed this before. With comic script, there's no real, what do you call it, standardized way of writing it. You can sort of just write it however.
There's no standardized
feels right to
format.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
While with movie scripts, as I'm sure you can tell, it's very standardized. Like Julia said, it's all centered. It's a certain
Yeah.
font.
And
That-
like I
the-
know
the-
with oh I'm sorry.
The application formats it like they want the script to be. That's not scripts aren't format because that's how the app does it. The app does what the format should be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
because like
ahead.
I've noticed because like though I feel like the one because obviously like I've been reading like the scripts that you've been sending for the comic, and then I used to be in a screenwriting thing too, so I would also have to write scripts as well. So like, is it just more of like also just saying like because I know with movie scripts and stuff you have to be very specific if it's an interior exterior setting and stuff like that. So is it like something where you would have to work around with that or just like
Well, I know with comic scripts, I don't think I'd necessarily say whether it's interior or exterior the same way you would on a script. Although ideally, from the context, you'd be able to tell whether it's indoors or outdoors.
Yeah.
But I think it's similar in that with a movie script, there's a very standardized way of writing it, while with comics, it's just sort of a free for all.
okay.
I know that there are some companies that have a standardized.
Yeah, like I know Dark Horse has a format they
Yeah.
like.
So there are some. It's the indies like us that just write. It's on a napkin, and here you go.
Oh my god. I can't remember if we talked about it on the show before, but I don't know if y'all have seen the scripts that Alan Moore wrote for like Watchmen or something, or just any other comics. Like the scripts that he has written are absolutely wild, just totally wild. Maybe I can search one up because it's very interesting.
Does your dad want to be on the show, Julia?
He wasn't home when I got home, so I thought he went out. But I'm like, that was noticeable, right?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. If he wants to be on the show, have him come on and talk. So you've been working on this since April?
Yeah, I just want to show off. This is a script
Okay.
that Alan Moore has written for a comic.
Oh.
It's like how does anyone work with this?
How do you work with that?
Yeah.
You have to pay me a lot to work with this script.
And a 1. All right. Wow.
So this is where we
can't
give
even
you the
read it.
additional kidney, right?
Yeah. Wow. So ours look great by comparison. They're not great, but they look better by
truly.
comparison.
Okay, anyway, back
Whoa.
to Indiegogo.
I just finished reading Lost Girls that he wrote, this graphic novel thing he wrote, which is sort
He's
of
quite talented.
yeah, it's very different. Yeah, back to Indiegogo. Tell us more.
Let's see. I guess the advantage of Indiegogo over Kickstarter is that it's a flexible goal. So if you don't necessarily meet the amount that you set, it's not all or nothing.
You still
like
get the money.
Kickstarter is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still get something.
So how's it going so far?
I haven't checked it, but it seems to be going along well. I saw that we're at least a third of the way there with something like 2/3 of the month left. So I'd say we're doing pretty good.
That's good. How much are they trying to raise?
I can't remember. You know what? I can probably just go on the actual page and look this stuff up. I want to say it's like 2,500 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm very excited. This is a fun project to work on. I think the script is really funny. Yeah, we have like 1,120 out of 2,500. So yeah, I'd say we're in pretty good shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a fun project to work on as opposed to this one?
I guess with this one, it's really goofy. It's really out that.
Yeah, I read.
How do I describe it? It's like, yeah.
I read through the 12 pages, and besides the branding and the vomit, I was a little like, okay.
What I like about it is it's very it doesn't purport to have any sort of. It doesn't say what side of the aisle it's on, but it kind of cracks fun at classic politics things like conspiracy theories.
Right.
Like there's a robot bird in the first panel.
Okay.
Work for the
So
yeah, having fun with it.
when are you planning to? I mean, I know you have this other comic you're working on. When is the expected finish of? Is it totally dependent on funding, or is it?
I believe what they said. I think I have to look back on emails to say when they want it. I know they definitely want the next pages done a lot quicker than these pages were done, but probably like within the next half year it would be finished.
Wow.
Is my guess.
Okay. Well, good luck with that.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Good luck with that. That's what I said.
Oh, thanks.
I didn't curse under my breath.
Period.
I think your mic cut out for us. Just a second.
Yeah,
Said the
probably.
awkward. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So, yeah, I just, no offense, it was like the project I've been working on for this year. Like, hey, you've been working on our project too. This is me being jealous. We also noticed that you posted a work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a work in progress of issue 20. Yes, I almost said page 20.
We're not there yet.
So there's this one panel that I look at, and I'm just like, it's a good one.
This is the one.
And I do want to try this. One of my resolutions this year is to be a little more active on social media. So I'm just trying to, like think of stuff to post, even if I'm not necessarily drawing something special for just to post,
Yeah. Are you planning on doing more of these work in progresses?
I'd say for sure, yeah. I know you guys, you said you liked in page 16, which I just sent you, you liked like the first panel. I might post, possibly.
Yeah, I know we said that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what's on it, but yeah. Yeah, we did say we liked it, yeah.
Yeah, so with when it comes to drawing mechanical things, it's always something I'm just like, I don't want to draw it. But then I finished it,
Oh,
and
it
I'm
was
like,
the-
oh,
it's
that doesn't look too bad.
That's the bomb one. Yeah, that actually looked really good. That was what we were kind of...
Well, it's less about the bomb and more about the room around the bomb.
Right,
'Cause I'm
but
like looking up pictures of what does a nuclear lab even look like? I'm looking up pictures and I'm like, I'm not drawing this shit. Dear Lord. Like so many bars and robotic parts, and I'm just what is this? A Where's Waldo puzzle?
Well, we were just, but that was kind of the idea was you see the two technicians and this whole thing behind them. That's kind of what we were going for. So we really liked that. Yeah, that was good. And then we liked I guess you liked the little circle around the guy at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good stuff. We try to be complimentary. We don't try to be just, this sucks.
Yeah, I do appreciate that though. I was gonna say in that page 16, when I was thumbnailing it, I was envisioning that Eli was talking on through a walkie-talkie or something. So the circle was kind of meant to envision his voice coming through a walkie-talkie. But then later I realized they're not actually talking through a walkie-talkie. They're talking through telekinesis.
Telepathy.
Rachel, you're a goof. Telepathy, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But I still like the circle. It kind of keeps things interesting,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's gonna look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to more pages as they come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are you working on, Julia?
I'm still. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, I'm starting the beginning of issue 20, so I'm working on the first 2 pages, so 1 through 4 for now.
Mm-hmm.
Then on top of that, you and I, we talked about some of the chibis, so we established what kind of poses you want for each character. So
Right.
I just finished up the line work for it, so I'm starting to put in the flats and the shading, and I'm starting off with Eli and then going from the row from there.
Okay, and the mocha one's already set, right?
Yeah, I might render it a tiny bit more, but nothing too drastic.
Okay.
Right.
But for the most part, I'm just gonna take off the background from the mocha one and then just change where my signature is, and then that'll just be the PNG for what we have.
Okay. Yeah, I really like that from. And especially you were just doing that while we were waiting for anybody to come by. I was like, wow.
People, please show up. Oh no.
If we could have printed that, we could have just sold it right there. Anyway, okay, so that's good. I know Trevor's going to be working on lettering, right?
I finally made a lot more headway with lettering number 19.
Okay, so I have 19 in the bag before we, I guess, launch into this Kickstarter. Which once it's launched, I don't think there'll be much for us to be doing.
Yeah. I know at some point they're gonna want us to make videos or something.
Yeah, we'll have to make some videos. But
Oh boy.
that'll be probably Paul and me looking goofy, maybe Trevor looking goofy. Hey, thanks for joining. And, we're halfway there. And, woo, we made it. I don't know what ever. What?
For the support. I'm sorry, I was zooming around.
Okay. And then, and we were actually kind of talking to possibly hiring a consultant to help us.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want this to be a success. I think delegates didn't raise as much money as they hoped it would,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be doing too much out of pocket to get the thing translated.
Yeah.
So
And we acknowledge we're not the best at marketing.
yeah, surprise.
So
That's a shock to everybody watching.
Any great
hard,
advice?
man.
Any great advice we can get would help.
Yeah, we just have to talk to Android Steve about working with a consultant,
Yeah.
which I have fun I'd pay for, but I just anyway. So that's kind of, and then we haven't figured out what we're gonna do after 20 and 21.
Yeah, we need to work on that.
I got a couple more scripts I've been working on, but anyway, so yeah, okay. So, anybody have any plans for the? I know the Indiegogo thing is going, so good luck with that. Anybody else have any?
Go going.
Yeah, go going. But I hope it funds for you. It'd be good.
Thank you.
Nice little piece of income for you.
Yeah.
Tell these guys to just, pay you. Anything else anybody wants to bring up, talk about? Okay. A lot of dead air.
It snowed
Yes.
where I am.
It's
That
cold.
was very exciting.
It's cold for LA, cold, like 50, 40. That's cold. That's, freezing.
That's like the laugh of ha ha ha, pathetic.
Yeah. No, but that literally
Honestly,
that
still
feels like
have the
freezing
penicillin.
here. What?
I honestly anything under 60 for me is considered cold.
Yeah.
Right now it's Arctic tundra level.
But I mean, if you go outside and it's 40 in LA, it's like, this is freezing. Or actually, there was frost on the cars, so it can get that
Ooh.
cold. Yeah. Yeah. So it has gotten cold, but not cold. Not
Actually,
snow.
Nice thing. The nice thing was that my husband Dom he's never experienced snow before. So we got to actually touch snow for the first time, and I think I was more excited about him seeing snow than he was. We threw snowballs and we made snow angels, and that was the extent of that.
I don't think you guys have ever really been around lots of snow, have you?
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
Like Big Bear, and that's about it.
Yeah.
We've driven through snow. We've never been actually in snow.
Actually, we
Hey,
went up to that with that Santa's Village thing before it closed.
Yeah.
There was
That
snow.
was like when we were kids.
Yeah, but you've been around snow. I didn't say when.
I didn't have the chance to enjoy snow.
No. It was it was the end of, it was, I don't know if Julie's ever heard of Santa's Village they used to have up. I think they reopened it recently up in the mountains around here. And this was on the tail end, like it was closing. And you could see there was had animals and there was, stuff going on. It wasn't the cleanest snow I've seen. But anyway, it was, you've actually been around snow.
Yeah.
So, phew, that's the checklist. Okay, well, if nobody has anything else they want to talk about, I guess we can end the show.
So if you are watching this on YouTube later and you like what you saw, leave a like and consider subscribing and ringing that bell.
And we'll be back next week with Julia to talk about coloring on Kamitachi.
Kamitachi.
Yeah. Issue 19. So that'll be fun. So until next time, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins.
I'm Trevor Hankins.
I'm Rachel Wells.
I'm Julia Canon.
And you've been on the air with Power Squared. Bye.
Bye.